hard to tell which way the wind's blowing. So when it's hard to tell which way the wind's blowing, and you get the feeling that you need to find an eye in the midst of a very, tempestuous storm, what are you going to do? Right? Because, if you're going to find the eye of a storm, you have to know which way the wind is blowing. If you can't see that you're already in the eye of the storm, and if you're already in the eye of the storm, you don't need to find the eye of the storm in the first place, right? How can you make progress when you don't know the right course to set? How can you take matters into your own hands when you're not sure what you should be holding on to or what you should be letting go of? We like to have a sense of certainty when we're making decisions, but it doesn't mean that we always have that sense of certainty. And, that is, for lack of a better way to put it, immensely frustrating. I could use another word, but that's not really, made for younger ears, right? So I think we kind of get where I'm coming from with that. You're in a situation, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling that there's a lot of pressure on you at the moment. You're feeling like a quick decision is necessary, and I've got news for you. The quick decision is necessary, but guess what? The pressure might be a little more imagined than you think it is. How much of that pressure are you manufacturing for yourself? How much of that is caused by you feeling confused and like you don't really know what your responsibility is? And if you don't know what your responsibility is within this set of circumstances, how can you be sure of what it is that you need to do next? And in just one such area, or maybe 2 or 3 or 4, or maybe 25 such areas, right? You're having just such a dilemma right now. You need to set a course, and you're unsure of which course you should actually set. What part of your life might that be about? That's going to depend upon where the full moon is falling in your horoscope, things that it's interacting with, most especially the Sun, Mercury, and Mars at the present moment. And if you'd like a little more information on that, I do offer several different levels of astrological service, all of which are available to schedule through my services page linked above, and sometimes there's a hidden discount. So keep your eyes out. So how then to make that decision? The astrologer is just telling you a bunch of useless information when you thought you'd come watch this video and you'd have it figured out lickety-split in terms of what you should actually do with this craziness that has befallen in your life, and which is quickly turning into a state of upside down, topsy-turvy chaos where nothing seems right and nothing necessarily seems wrong. And all that you can really sense is like a huge cloud hanging over you and a heavy weight that you're having to, try to work against, and not really feeling like you have the confidence that you need to make a clear choice. What do you do at those moments? Well, you can't sit still. That's one thing. So all you can do, really, at the end of the day, is take an action. All you can do is take the action that feels most appropriate at the present moment. And I know what you're saying. You're going, but none of them seem appropriate. Sure, that's right, but you've got to do something. So you don't feel confident, right? And that's just something that's not there. And you can't you can't do anything about that. But what you can do is you can summon confidence, right? I'm not usually, and usually is the key word there, right? I'm not usually big on, trying to pretend that you have confidence. If you don't have confidence, you don't. But sometimes you have to act, and you have to just sort it out later on as things are going on. And really, I know it sounds crazy, but that really is the best approach for you at this present moment in time, is to take an act. Ignore the confusion, ignore the disorder, ignore the uncertainty. Yes, I know a lot is weighing heavily on your shoulders, and you feel like a lot is weighing on your actions. But what the universe is actually asking of you right now is to not get so caught up in the split that's going on, right? To not get so caught up in going, well, I could go this way and it might turn out that way, or I could go that way and it might turn out this way, or I could go this way and I might fall directly off a cliff and I wouldn't know what comes next, right? Well, not going to leave you with the cliffhanger. But what you need to do at the present moment is to just try to take an action. The best action that you possibly can take at the present moment in time. What is that best action that you can possibly take at this present moment in time? One that you take and you accept responsibility for, regardless of the outcome, right? I know that's hard. I know that's not something you want to hear, but taking an action and accepting responsibility, and above all, keeping your mind open, keeping your eyes aware, keeping your heart open. But the cosmos is asking you at the present moment to make a start, to initiate things, even if you're uncertain of how to initiate things. You have to get the ball rolling. You have to set a course. But amazingly enough, once you start the ball in motion, it will start rolling. You'll see where it's going. You'll know how to follow suit. The first step will lead to the second to the third to the fourth, and so on, and you'll eventually reach your destination. This particular full moon is forming angles, obviously with the sun, because a full moon is a sun-moon opposition. And the sun is not giving you that level of self-assurance that you'd really like to have. Mars across the sky as well is in Chitra Nakshatra. And there's this sense of disillusionment with the way things are going. And there's this desire to want to take right and appropriate action. Mercury, having recently turned direct, is in Hasta Nakshatra. You're not sure how to apply your energy, but because of all that confusion and frustration, the brakes are on with Saturn in Shravana Nakshatra, making you unclear of the direction. You're trying to tune into the course. You're trying to keep your ears open, your eyes open, but you're not getting clear input because your mind is too active and it's too confused. But the moment you begin to take action, Mercury, which is presently one of the strongest factors acting in the sky at the present moment, in association with this full moon in Ashwini Nakshatra, Mercury will begin to guide you in a direction where you'll begin to have a positive sense of differentiation and discrimination. And as I mentioned, that first step will lead to another, and then another, and progress will be made in the right and correct way, because amazingly enough, the right and correct way at the present moment is simply taking action. If you feel like you're taking the wrong step, that's okay. You can correct that journey with the very next step, but you have to start somewhere. Could you use a little bit of help? I do offer several different levels of astrological service. All of these are available through the astrological services page of my website. If you're interested in scheduling with me, you can always do that through the link that you'll see above. That's going to do it for this look at the full moon in Ashwini Nakshatra, which takes place on the 20th of October, 2021. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.